one and only financial health mentor to the working class, where I do my very best to bring practical, proven wealth building strategies to working class men and women all over this great nation of ours. You guys are tuning in to the Young Wealth Builders, How to Build Wealth from Scratch Cash Flow Call. Basically, we believe that you are here because you're trying to understand some principles and strategies as it relates to building wealth. And we're going to roll a few of those out to you tonight. The reason that we are gathered here today is because most of everybody on this line, if they're already on the team, we've stumbled across some strategies that really work from a wealth building standpoint, and we're sharing that with the world. So that's why you've been invited tonight, because someone thought highly enough of you to say, you know what? I think what you're doing, what we're doing would be a good fit for you, and I think you would be an asset to our team. So they invited you out tonight, and I'm glad that you obliged and decided to come on out and hang out with us. So again, we represent a group of people known as Young Wealth Builders. And basically, we're just everyday people from all walks of life, different backgrounds, some young, some younger, right? Because we're all young wealth builders. And basically, we have a couple goals that we're trying to accomplish. And that's why we push this information so hard, because by the end of this year, we're on pace to hit goal number one, and that is to help 1,000 families overcome the struggles of living paycheck to paycheck. We're on pace for that this year, guys, and we've had an explosion here recently, and you guys will find out why here in a second. Second goal is, out of those 1,000 families, we know that 500 of them are going to raise their hand and say, I don't not only want to get out of the pressure of living paycheck to paycheck, I also want to be debt free. So in 36 months, we're going to help 500 families become completely debt free, right? And then out of that 500, we know 100 will raise their hand and say, I want more than just to be debt free. I want to be a 7-figure household. So an additional 36 months, we're talking about 7 years or less, we're going to help 100 families become million-dollar households, guys, from a network standpoint, building assets, accumulating wealth. That's what we are all about. So let me give you a little bit of format of what we're going to do tonight. I'm going to take about 25 minutes to give you an overview of what it is we do, why we do it, and how we do it, right? And then after that, I'm going to do a screenshot of some of the tools that we use and some of the things that you can have access to if you like what we do and you decided to become a part of what we're doing. And then I've got a couple of our seasoned vets and some of our newcomers who are going to share a couple testimonies with you guys. And then we will leave it open for Q&A, maybe 12 to 15 minutes. So without further ado, let me get started. If you're taking notes, now is a good time to go ahead and grab that old pen and that pad, and let's get ready to rock and roll this thing. Here's what we're going to do. If you're taking notes, I want you to write down on your paper a number 2, draw a circle around it, skip down a couple lines, write down a number 3, draw a circle around it, and then skip down a couple more lines and draw, so the second number should be 4. So you got a 2, you got a 4, and then the third number should be a 3, and put a circle around it. So 2, 4, and 3. And then let's go ahead and give you what we're going to talk about for each one of those numbers. The 2 represents our objectives. Everybody has got a couple objectives, whether they consciously realize it or not, that they're trying to meet. So next to your number 2, you're going to write objectives, right? Next to the number 4, you're going to write challenges. Believe it or not, there's only 4 challenges that most working class people have to deal with and learn to overcome if they're ever going to build wealth. So 4 equals challenges. And then 3, we're going to talk about our smart solutions. We have 3 smart solutions to overcome the 4 challenges that will help you meet your 2 objectives, right? So this framework we call the 2-4-3, obviously because of those numbers. But we're going to walk you through a series of strategies and steps that will help you get to where you want to be financially. So first, let's break down those 2 objectives that everybody is trying to meet. Number 1, you're trying to eat today, right? You're trying to put food on the table, pay the bills, roof over the head, clothes on the back, activities for the kids. Basically, you're trying to just take care of your current existence, your current lifestyle. Well, your current lifestyle is usually paid for by your labor. So current equals labor. So that's objective number one. Your current lifestyle equals labor. Objective number two is you got to eat tomorrow, right? There's going to come a day where you either no longer want to work, you're no longer physically able to work, or you no longer wanted by an employer to work. But guess what? You're still going to need an income, right? So where is that income supposed to come from to take care of your future lifestyle? So objective number two is your future lifestyle should be paid for with your investments. But guys, according to the latest statistics, 3 out of 4 of every American is living paycheck to paycheck. That lets you know right there, there's a sizable number of people who don't have any extra money to start building investments. They're barely meeting the first objective, right? So we're going to talk about some solutions that help you overcome that. But just like when it comes to the medical field, we don't want you spending your time treating symptoms. We want you to get to the root cause of your issues, right? So the root cause of your issues as a working class person are fourfold. Challenge number one is inflation. If you, my friend, do not have an answer for inflation, you're going to always find yourself struggling financially. And all that simply means when we're talking about inflation is the cost of living is constantly going up and the wages on your job are not keeping up, right? See, we're living in what's called an employer's market right now. And what that means is there's way more than enough people who are seeking jobs than there are actually jobs to fill. When you have that happen, then the wages on the jobs, the employers can dictate wages because they have 10 positions, and for every 10 positions, they're looking at 500 resumes. So of course, if they keep the wages down, somebody's gonna say, shoot, I know I'm overqualified, but I'm gonna take these pennies because I don't have no choice. I got debts to pay. So we're living in an employer's market and they're keeping wages down while the cost of living is going up. Got to have an answer for inflation. Number two, challenge number two is taxes, right? Now we call inflation the silent income killer, but we call Uncle Sam the chainsaw massacre because there's nothing silent about Uncle Sam digging his hand in your pocket, getting his money off the top. Right? Most working class people don't realize that taxes is their number one expense. They also don't realize that taxes is taking a third of their income, right? So if you're taking notes, challenge number two is taxes, and taxes eat up 1/3 of your income, right? And anything, if you take your time and you trade your time for money, anything that takes up 1/3 of your money is actually taking up 1/3 of your time as well. So we have to understand that, guys, and that's what we want to help you overcome is the challenge of taxes. Challenge number three is debt, right? Debt we call the curse because the borrower is slave to the lender, right? I have on my board right here, which is a funny statement that I heard. It says, money is an excellent slave, but it's a terrible master, right? So if you are putting money to work for you, there's nothing that works like it. But if money becomes your master, meaning you're running your wheels off because of debt and other obligations, then it's a terrible taskmaster, right? So debt is the curse or challenge number three. And believe it or not, that takes another 1/3 of your income. And again, anything that takes a third of your money is taking a third of your time. So a third of your time is spent paying taxes. A third of your time is spent making money to pay your debts. 3 challenges. 4th challenge is big business, or we sometimes call it less than ideal cash flow decisions, right? That simply means, guys, big business has figured out the psychology of the working class. And that means they understand that most of us are in a position where we feel like we only work just to pay bills. And when you're feeling like that as an entire society of people, then they know that when you get a chance to celebrate, whether it's a birthday, holiday, anniversary, you're going to tend to go overboard. So they keep stuff in your face to help separate you from your money. Now, I'm not saying that there isn't a such thing as personal responsibility and accountability. But if I got a chance to spend $1 billion to understand the psychology of big business to keep my money from them, then I would say the playing field is somewhat level, right? So those are the 4 challenges that you have to understand how to overcome. If not, you will find yourself struggling. And big business is one that's, it's tough, right? And you're listening to a guy who spent both November and December mortgage on Christmas, right? So I understand the trappings of big business. I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt and the hat for making less than ideal cash flow decisions, right? But once you get serious about building wealth and you put yourself on a wealth building game plan, now you start paying very close attention to where your money is going. So 2 objectives, 4 challenges that are keeping you from those objectives. Now let's get into the solutions, because I wouldn't dare invite you out to this platform, talk about the doom and gloom of the challenges that are keeping us from what we're really trying to hit without offering some practical solutions, right? So now we're down to where you wrote down that number 3, and I want you to write down this simple formula. It's called cash, asset, cash. See, everybody who are members on this webinar tonight, that's the habit that we're establishing right now. Every time we get our hands on some cash, we want to buy, build, or invest in some sort of asset that's going to bring us back more cash. And if you can just get that, I don't care if you tune me out for the rest of the webinar, if you can just get that and make that your lifestyle habit, then you would literally build wealth on autopilot. I promise you that. But most working class people get their hands on some cash every other week or so, and they're buying things that bring no value or things that depreciate in value, and that turns into trash, right? So we want you to flip that thing around, and here's how we're going to help you do it. Number 1 is we have a solution called cash flow management. In 3 months or less, we want to help you flip your cash flow from negative to positive if you're in that situation like I was, or if you're already in a positive cash flow and you're stable with your money, we want to help you take that to another level. Cash flow management. Cash flow management has 3 parts, A, B, and C. So if you're taking notes, solution number 1 is cash flow management, has 3 parts, A, B, and C. A is minimize taxes, right? Working class people have to understand that you're taxed anywhere from 28 to 33% of your income. And without you even realizing it, what you're saying is, I'm going to go to work, I'm going to pay my taxes second, and then I'm going to try to spend or live off what's left, right? That's what's happening to the working class. You're going to work, you're paying your taxes first, and you're trying to create some sort of lifestyle on what's left. Well, cash flow management, number 1 step is minimize your taxes. How do you do that? Well, guess what? I know that we're all bombarded with taxes. We got real estate tax, personal property tax, state tax, federal tax, school tax, gas tax, but there is one tax that we actually have control of, and that is our income tax. See, we tell our employers how much money to withhold from our paycheck to cover our tax liability. Most people fill that form out incorrectly, right? I don't know about you, but before I learned this information, somebody told me, probably when I was 15 or 16 years old and got my first job, just put down 1 or 0 on that tax withholding form and keep it moving. And guess what? I've been doing that all of my adult life until just recently I learned these strategies, right? And never mind the fact that I got 5 sons, I got a wife, all of that stuff matters when you fill out this form. So the first thing we want to help you do is understand the purpose of that form and review your form to see if it has been filled out correctly. And if it has not, we want to help you fill that thing out properly so that you can stop overpaying taxes. According to the IRS, 8 out of 10 people are overpaying $200 to $400 per month. Now, what can an extra $200 to $400 a month do for you if you were able to recoup that money? That's strategy number 1, minimize taxes. We're going to take that $200 to $400 and not go buy a new bag with it every month, ladies. And we're not going to the rent-a-rim place either, fellas. These guys in St. Louis have gotten so sick, they go to the rent-a-rim place, rent some rims, and put them on a rent-a-car. You don't even own the car, but you're renting rims for a rent-a-car. Okay, I digress. So what we're going to do is we're going to be smart with that extra $200 to $400 that we get back when we adjust our W-4 form. We're going to do move on to step number 2, which is minimize or eliminate completely all of our debts, right? An extra $300 a month going towards that Visa or Master bill gets that thing to finally disappear once and for all. You take an extra $300 and throw it at your car note, the car note disappears in 18 months instead of 72. Now you got another $400-500 available for you to start building your emergency fund or investing. See, our money is making somebody wealthy, guys. It's just not us. So we want to give you a solution and a strategy and a game plan that will help you get your money to start making you and your family wealthy. So we want you to eliminate your debt as step number 2. And then step number 3, we want you to minimize your expenses. I don't know about you guys, but when's the last time you looked at your bank statements for the last 60 or 90 days? Go over that thing line by line and see where your money is actually going. And I emphasize the word actually because we all think our money is going somewhere, but it's actually going somewhere else. And I can prove it to you. Get out your bank statements for the last 90 days and go over them things line by line. And I bet you have this big old target that you're trying to hit with your money every month. And I bet you're missing about 40% of the time, right? Because I found myself doing that. The vending machine at work was killing me. I found some subscriptions that I was paying for that I wasn't even using the product or the program, just killing myself. So minimize your expenses is our 3rd strategy, because all of that frees up money that you can use to get yourself out of debt, right? And I like to talk to my fellas on this one, and I don't want to take too much time, but I gotta say this. Fellas, if you don't see debt as the enemy of your family, then I want you to take a second look, right? I'm looking at my man, Andre Simpson. I'm looking at my man, Jay Turner, even the young gun over there, Samar Brown. I know without a shadow of a doubt, if someone kicked in your door right now trying to bring harm to your family, Andre, it's going down, bro. I already know. Ex-military man, it's going down. Jay Turner, it's going down, right? But when it comes to debt, no one has to kick in the door. We invite the debt in. Oh, honey brings home a big screen TV. Oh, I love it. Put it right here. Put it in the man cave. And so what? We're going to pay $25 a month, a week for 100 weeks. We're going to pay $5,000 for a $300 TV. Those are the kind of things that decisions we're making, and we got to flip that, guys, if the game plan is to build real wealth. So you can use all of that extra cash flow to literally eliminate your debt and free up the money to start building wealth for you and your family. So cash flow management is our number 1 solution. It has 3 components: minimize your debt, minimize your taxes, minimize your expenses. Got to get your money to work for you. Start making better cash flow decisions, right? Now we're on to strategy number 2. Our second solution is business income. If for some strange reason you don't have a business of your own in 2016, I'm going to allow you time to crawl out from under the rock you've been living under, clean yourself up, and then get back on the webinar, because we're going to talk about 3 reasons why you need a home-based business. Number 1, think about your children. If you only show your children that you're going to get up, go to work, pay bills, and do that thing all over again for 40 years, what's going to stop them from being in the same position you're in when they get to your age? Got to show them something different. Immerse your children in the culture of entrepreneurship, and they'll just pick it up. They're little sponges. They'll suck it up, and you putting them on a different trajectory than you are on right now. Second reason is for extra income. 3 out of 4 Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. So you start a home-based business and bring in some extra income for yourself, you and your family. Help eliminate debt a lot faster, right? You can accelerate that thing if you bring in an extra $500 a month in a business. And then reason number 3 is we talked about earlier in strategy number 1 is minimizing your taxes. Well, guess what? When you have a home-based business, you're able to further minimize your tax liability. Well, how do you do that? You do that by literally writing off your lifestyle. See, I have a business in my home. Downstairs in my basement, I have a workout facility. As a youth basketball coach, I also train young athletes getting ready for their high school season, getting them ready for college combines and stuff like that. So in my basement is completely decked out as a workout facility. Because of that, I literally get to write off a portion of my mortgage, a portion of all of my utilities. When I drive from tournament to tournament to promote and advertise my business, the miles I drive are tax deductible. My cell phone bill, we used to take family vacations. Now we take family business retreats because vacations aren't tax deductible. I used to give my children allowance. I cut that out a couple years ago because allowances aren't tax deductible. I pay them a wage for working in my business. So if you don't have a home-based business, you're leaving tens of thousands of dollars on the table. And that's the tens of thousands of dollars that you could be using to build wealth with, right? And for a limited time, you can actually partner with us, the Young Wealth Builders, at no upfront cost. And you can be in business with us. And guess what my primary business is? Teaching people strategy number one, right? I do that by day, and then by night, I train kids. So by day, I teach people strategy number one, how to minimize their taxes, eliminate their debt, free up the cash that they need to start investing. You guys can plug in with us, and that becomes your home-based business. Now, you guys are all on a webinar right now using some sort of internet connection. That bill now becomes tax deductible. You guys are all are using some sort of cellular device. You're going to pay that bill whether you have a home-based business or not. Might as well go into business with us, and we'll teach you all of those tax minimization strategies on how to write all of that stuff off, right? Literally write off 50, 60, maybe 70% of your lifestyle legally, ethically, and morally. And here's what's cool. I told you that one of the reasons you should have a home-based business is for extra income. Well, guess what? When you refer 7 people to our Financial Success membership, you earn a $1,000 bonus. And you can do that over and over and over again. And did I say that it's free to join? Right? Did I say that? Did I cover that? $0 out of your pocket, and then $35 a month to maintain your membership, to get the education, the software, the system, the website, the tools, the strategies. I'm going to show you some of the tools that we use to build wealth, and it's going to blow you away, right? And you get all of that for $34.95 per month. It's normally $200 to join, but we're waiving the fee for anybody who wants to partner with us on this webinar tonight, right? That's strategy 2. Business income. You develop business income for the income itself, but also for the tax savings when you start writing off your lifestyle. And then finally, we want you to understand the power in taking all of those income streams, the income that you get back from Uncle Sam, the income that you get back from the banks when you pay off your debt, the income you get back from big business when you start to budget and you start to understand how to minimize your expenses. Then the income, those $1,000 bonuses that we're going to show you how to make in 6 months or less. You get all of those streams of income. Then you start investing in the wholesale market where you can earn double-digit rates of return on that money. Guys, this is the most comprehensive wealth building game plan and system that you will ever find. It allows you to work more and get more out of the money that you make. It allows you to make more money, bring in multiple streams of income. Then we teach you what to do with that money so you can maximize your retirement portfolio. And now we're talking about building generational wealth, wealth that you can pass down to your children. But guess what? If you roll with us and then you immerse your children in the culture that Young Wealth Builders have built, you not only pass them down the resources, but you also pass them down the education, so they don't squander the resources. That's what's powerful, guys. How about passing down to your children a few $1 million, and they are smart enough financially to take those few millions and turn it into hundreds of millions. Then they pass those down to the next generation with the financial knowledge, and they turn those hundreds of millions into billions. You've just changed your financial family tree using simple strategies that you were able to plug into for free and just $35 a month. right? How's that story going to go when your children are telling that story? I don't know how it worked, but my great-great-granddad started a business for free, and for just $35 a month, all of this have come into being. That's powerful. And that's why we want to partner with you guys, because more and more and more of working class people need to see these strategies. They need to see what we're doing. They need to implement this stuff in their lives, guys. So at this point, I said I'm going to show you some of the back office, but we're going to hold that to the latter part of the call. But what I want you to do right now, if you are you're one of three people at this point, and I'm just too excited, so I'm just going to throw the net out there right now. You're either a number three, or number three says, you know what? Thanks, but no thanks. Cool information, but I'm going to do my own thing. And we have no problem with that. The name of the game for us is to help working class people build wealth. If you feel you can go build that wealth somewhere else, then we're not going to hold you from doing that. At least get back with the person who invited you out tonight and tell them thank you. Thank you, because they were looking out for your best interest. You may, on the other hand, be a number two. A number two says this: I need these strategies for me and my family alone. I don't too much give a care about sharing it with other people. I'm not too concerned about getting $1,000 bonuses. I just need this information to get my finances right. Well, guess what? Get back with the person who invited you, and we will put you on a game plan to work these strategies in your life, starting with helping you understand that W-4 form. 8 out of 10 of you guys right now can bring an extra $100, $200, $300 back into your household in the next 7 to 10 days. So that starts your wealth building game plan right there. All we need sometimes is just a little catalyst to get the ball rolling. Then we build up momentum, and before you know it, you're a 7-figure household. And we're going to help you every step of the way. And then you might be like me and a lot of my partners on this call tonight. You say, you know what? I'm a number one. I know I can use the strategies in my own life, but I'm thinking big picture. Look at all of my family members who are struggling check to check. I can help them. Look at all of my friends check to check. I can help them. Look at all the people I work with. Look at the people in the community check to check. I can help them get this information. And yes, I can earn some of those $1,000 bonus checks, but more importantly, I can help elevate the financial IQ of my community. If you're number one, get back with the person who invited you out tonight. They're going to give you a game plan that will show you how to do both, how to get your money right and how to systematically share this with other people so that they can come on board. And guess what? Anybody who's on this webinar tonight, if you come on board with us tonight, then anybody that you bring on board, we're going to waive the fee for them as well. So you can come on for free. $0 to start, and just $35 a month. Starts 30 days from the day that you join. And then anybody that you want to bring on, we will actually allow them to come on at no upfront cost either. And they just pay $35 a month, 30 days from the day that they join. So hopefully that makes a whole lot of sense to you guys. What I'm going to do, I got some guys that want to share some testimonials, because I know you guys, you're thinking free. And sometimes when we hear the word free, we think zero value. But I'm going to show you the value if you stick around to the end. I'm going to show you the back office and what the tools that we use, how they work. So let me do this. Let's take 5 minutes of Q&A. Then we're going to do the testimonials. And then I'm going to show you some of the tools and resources that you'll have access to. And when I tell you, you're talking about $500, $600, $700 worth of value that you're going to get for $35 a month, is literally going to blow you away. So I'm going to unmute all of the lines. If you do not have a question, just mute yourself back out so we don't hear a lot of background noise, so we can hear those 2 or 3 questions that we're going to take right now. And then we'll move into the testimonials and then the screen share, because we got 25 minutes. So let's roll. Questions? Anybody got questions on what they heard so far? Questions. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. We want you to be completely confident and comfortable with the decision you make, whether that decision is to partner with us or not. We just want you to be comfortable. Any questions from anybody?
This is Dwayne from North Carolina. I got a question.
Go ahead, Dwayne. Speak up for me just a little bit.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, go ahead.
The question I have, as far as this, I would say platform or organization that you have here, about how big is this? And I reckon it would be two questions then. I already have a business, me and my wife. It's trucking. Got a trucking company together and everything, but kind of got messed up in the flood and everything. But you know, we're working on getting that back together. But I'm just, basically trying to figure out, is this really, what you're saying sounds very interesting. And I can't wait to hear some of the testimonies, to kind of put my mind back, to whether it's a yay or nay.
Okay. So you're saying how big is it, right?
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I can't say how big it is now. We were at 50,000 associates before October 1st, but our team has added about 500 associates this month. So I know other teams have done the same. So we may be at about 100,000 associates or more sharing this information across the country and teaching these strategies to other people. And then from you being a business owner already, there's a couple ways that we can help you being an existing business owner. One, from a branding and marketing standpoint. Two, from an additional stream of income. Now you start to build residuals while you're on the road because that helps. There's nothing wrong with having multiple streams of income. And then three, the investment piece alone is worth more than $35 a month when we start showing you how to earn those double-digit rates of return. Because I gather you don't plan on driving a truck forever. At some point, you're going to want to step away from that thing and still maintain your lifestyle, right?
Correct. My dog's hurting now.
All right. So yeah, we want to teach you what to do with your money so you get money working for you, and that builds, get you some residuals rolling in. So that will be two streams of income right there. And man, put you in position where if you decide to walk away from that thing, man, you don't have to downsize your lifestyle when you do. Make sense?
That makes very much sense.
Cool. Any other questions? If you don't have a question, go ahead and mute your line out. If you do have a question, then just speak loud and clear for me. No more questions? See, when y'all don't ask questions, I'm telling you what that does to me. It makes me think that I did a wonderful job with the presentation. And the last thing y'all want to see is a big head to go along with this big mouth, man. So ask your questions. Ask your questions before my head starts to swell. I start to float away.
How long does it take for you to get paid after you sign people up?
Well, that's a twofold question. Number one, because we're in a free promotional period right now, we're waiving the fee. So anybody that you bring on, we're just paying residuals that start next month. However, during our traditional period where we're charging our regular $200 join fee, you get paid the next week, right? So you can bring in those 7 people into your base shop this week and get paid on that $1,000 bonus next week.
Okay, so basically wait to make sure they guarantee in the game.
Say that one more time.
So basically we gotta make sure they guarantee in the game before they issue out a payment.
Exactly. Because when you sign up, you get there's a 3-day rescission period where, some people might have buyer's remorse, man. And within those 3 days, they might say, you know what, talk to some friends and family talk them out of it. And before you know it, they be like, nah, I quit. So we're not going to pay you immediately. So we have to let them go through that rescission period. And then once they stick and stay, you get paid, man. Cool. Let's do one more question. Anybody got one more question? We'll jump to testimonials, and then I want to do the screen share, and then we'll come back to questions.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, I was trying to find out about the tax information. Like, how would I go about that?
How would you go about writing off your lifestyle?
No, like you was talking about the W-4 forms. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like I seen on the website, it was saying like call a hotline tax preparer and discuss it with them. Like, is that all I have to do to start that kind of like with the tax forms?
Yeah, when you come on board with us, the first thing we're going to do is review that W-4 form with you, go over it line by line with you, help you understand it, and then help you make sure you answer those questions according to how it applies to you. And then we teach you about the second page where you can actually claim your home-based business, and we teach you how to do that. And then you turn that thing into your employer, and 8 out of 10 people, man, literally get an increase on their very next paycheck. Now, some people already have theirs filled out correctly. That's the 20%. But most people can get an increase of $200 to $400 per month based on correcting that W-4 form, and when we teach you how to add your home-based business.
All right, thanks.
Cool. All right, so let me jump to testimonials. I see April G out there. If you're able, April, let's get ready for you. Andre Sullivan and Simpson. So we got Miss April, Sullivan, and Simpson in that order, if you guys don't mind, real quick. Take about 1 minute.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, to anybody out there that's wants a testimony, I can give you one. I've been working since I was, for as long as I can, far back as I can remember. I had a good job, but I wasn't putting money where it was supposed to go, enjoying it like everybody else. And I ended up having to retire early, and I wasn't really expecting it. And then I ended up having to take care of my mother, and I ended up getting custody of my grandson. So my husband, it was on him to take care of everybody. And it was, you know, whatever little money you got saved, it don't take long to leave. So we were actually doing really bad until I came across this, and I didn't even question it. When Andre called me, I mean, it was just a no-brainer. It was something that I knew I needed. You know, I didn't even question it. Is it this or that? I knew, I mean, just the way it was laid out, I knew that it would be something that I really needed. And by adjusting my W-4, we put $500 back into our household, and that really helped. It helped a lot. So if anybody's thinking about or questioning it, it's a no-brainer. It's no cost right now. You can get your feet wet and not even, you know, it's really nothing anyway, but I think you should do it, you know.
Awesome. And then Andre Sullivan, as a single man with no children when he first got started, speak to how you went from writing a check to Uncle Sam and getting a small refund. How did that all work for you, Andre?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I appreciate you. Great presentation. Great presentation, Cortez. For me as a single individual before I got married, I was either owing or maybe getting maybe like $100, $200 here or there on my refund. Since we joined up and got a hold of this information, I realized I had my W-4 filled out wrong. Now, of course, as a single person, I could only really claim 2 allowances, but I was putting down 0. So once I readjusted my W-4 and claimed what I was supposed to, add the home-based business, it allowed me an extra 5 to 6 allowances, but put an additional $150 back onto my paycheck immediately. So that's $300 a month. The kicker is when I went to go file my taxes, I accrued over $17,000 worth of business write-offs because I had a home-based business. So instead of owing Uncle Sam $950, I ended up getting a refund for $1,700. So if you're out there, especially if you're a single person, have a home-based business, you are literally throwing money out the door because you need it. As a single person, there's not much that you can really claim as far as allowances and claim dependents because you don't have any kids. But having a home-based business stepped in, and I was able to save $300 a month on top of getting a $1,700 refund at the end of the year. On top of that, and that's prior to me even making any business, sharing the information, which I did and was successful at doing. So just tax savings alone, it's going to put an immediate change back into your household where you can start doing the right things with it.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And then Simpson has another cool testimony because he and I are kind of similar. We've always been in home-based businesses, and some of you guys may have a home-based business, but you're not aware of the tax code and how you can use that to build wealth. Because I was in that situation, I had no idea of the benefits of all of the tax deductions. So go ahead and speak to that, Andre.
Yeah, Cortez, like I said, like Dre said, great presentation, good job. Me and my wife, we had debt, and we also owed back taxes, and we were so busy struggling in a home-based business trying to find out how we can make money to pay that back taxes off. And lo and behold, somebody shared this information with us. Now, first and foremost, I didn't receive it because I was so caught up on trying to hustle to sell something to make the money, when the strategies was all I needed to implement at that point to take care of that situation. So what I'm saying is we started taking advantage of the write-offs, which we weren't doing in the first place, taking advantage of the write-offs, wrote off our lifestyle, ended up getting a check back for $7,000 our first year. Was able to take that money and apply it to the debt that we owed in back taxes, because we ended up paying taxes every year prior to getting this information in our life. We've never went back to that, because now we're educated, we're informed, and now we're working the strategies and seeing our finances increase every 90 days. So take advantage of this opportunity. You'd be a fool not to.
And guys, we all paid to come on board. we all paid full price to come on board. I wish I'd have seen this information when it was free, because it would have really been a no-brainer. And my testimony is similar. I had $275 a month came back into my household. But when I saw this, my house was in foreclosure. I couldn't file bankruptcy because I was just recently out of a bankruptcy. So when I said I was in a negative cash flow cycle big time, I was in a negative cash flow cycle big time. But I had a home-based business and had no idea of the benefit of all of the tax write-offs. Well, long story short, I filed my 2014 taxes, and I started out owing Uncle Sam $1,000 before I put in my home-based business. I started putting in all of my deductions and watched that $1,000 dwindle to almost nothing. And then something magical happened. That mug flipped over and it started climbing again. And I would ask my tax preparer, what is that? She said, oh, this is your refund now. And I was like, well, keep it climbing, keep it climbing. And I ultimately ended up getting about a $2,700 return refund check back. So if you're calculating, that's nearly a $4,000 swing. And that was the money that I needed to pull my house out of foreclosure, along with the extra couple $100 that were coming in a month. I was able to put that with a couple paychecks with that $2,700, bang, save my house from foreclosure, probably save my marriage too. I'm not gonna lie to you, because you know marriages break up, 50% of them, and out of the 50% that break up, 80% of them break up because of financial struggles, financial reasons. So this information has benefited me in more ways than one. That's why you see me all over Facebook trying to get people to take a look at what we're doing, because it literally saved my life. So with that, let me do a really quick screen share and show you what comes included with your $34.95 per month membership. Now, I won't be able to do this stuff justice in the next 10 minutes, but I just want you to see that there is real value here, and you're not just signing up for something just because you're in business and we don't provide you great tools and resources to help you move throughout your life and have success with what we're doing. So really quickly, that's Facebook. That's not where I want to go. Come on, there we go. All right, so first and foremost, you're going to get your own website. Now, the reason you're in a home-based business the moment you join, because this website comes already stocked with products that people can purchase from your website. Now, we're here to talk about strategies, not so much sales, but I have to mention this so that you know that we have legitimate products and services that we do offer on our website. So identity theft protection, roadside assistance, our cash flow manager, credit restoration, nutrition, travel, a cashback mall. So people can come to your website the moment you sign up and start spending money with you. So you are in business immediately. But again, we're here to talk about strategies and not sales. And I'm not a salesperson, but I do have a website that sells products for me 24/7. So you will have a website that looks just like this. Now, so your $34.95 covers your website hosting. It covers your, it covers your platform to accept credit card payments securely, so you don't have to worry about that. And then it covers your licensing fee to make commissions on these products. So that's first and foremost. Then in addition to that, because I don't know many businesses where you can start for zero and it only costs you $35 a month to maintain your business, but literally that's what it costs. So our flagship product is our financial success membership. So what you're getting when you sign up with us is a financial success membership that includes the following products. Number one, our cash flow manager. Why is that important? Because we teach tax minimization strategies. The IRS requires 4 things in order for you to access the tax code to build wealth. Number one, you got to have knowledge to run a business, first and foremost. We're giving you the strategies so that you can have the knowledge to teach our number one strategy, which is cash flow management. So you have the knowledge. Then you have to work your business on a regular and consistent basis. Well, you got a website out there that's running for you 24/7. We'll show you how to share this information with others regularly so you're working your business on a regular and consistent basis. You have to work your business in an attempt to make a profit. Keyword in that phrase is attempt. Underline it 2 times, bold it, put quotation marks around it, and parentheses, right? It's the attempt. You have a website that sells over 2 million products. So that is your attempt to make a profit, right? But you don't always have to make a profit to access the tax code. And if you don't believe me, ask Miss Yvette, who's on the team, and she is a tax preparer. That's what she does for a living. She runs her own firm, right? And then the 4th thing that you need is you have to keep good records. So the cash flow manager is a record keeping software that syncs up with your laptop or computer and your smartphone, so you can take and keep records on the fly. At the end of the year, I print out a nice, neat spreadsheet. It's already categorized. That in and of itself saves me money, because now my tax preparer don't have to go through a shoebox full of receipts, right? The next on the list is Key Logging and Defense System. Key Logging and Defense System is a software that protects your cell phone, tablet, and laptops, and it encrypts any keystroke. So if you like to shop online from your phone, then you don't have to worry about some virus being on your phone stealing your credit card information as you're typing it in, because it encrypts every keystroke, right? That is identity theft protection on the front end. ID Defender, also included, is identity theft protection on the back end. So one system prevents your identity from being stolen. The other provides assurance if it does get stolen, because similar to LifeLock, it covers you up to $1 million. If your identity gets stolen while you're protected, they will spend up to $1 million to help you right any wrongs that happen based on your identity being stolen. Then you have tax advice and tax preparation. Everybody can't call Miss Yvette. I can, but not everybody can. But you can call this number right here for our tax advice and preparation. Ask them about the tax deductions and how you write this stuff off and how do you properly record this stuff. You can call them however many times you need to. If you're the type of person that do your own taxes, you can do that, and they can help guide you through that process, right? They can help you prepare your own taxes. All of that stuff is included. Nove perks. I like to tell people that every time I spend a dime, man, I try to put a boomerang on about 3 cents of that dime and bring 3 cents back to me. Well, Nove perks is a rewards program where you spend money regularly anyway. Might as well get rewards for the money that you're spending, and you can transfer those rewards into things like movie tickets and concert tickets and things of that nature. Nove Travel is our travel protocol, our travel platform, similar to like Kayak and Priceline and things of that nature, but it also rivals some of those travel businesses Because believe it or not, some of those travel businesses will charge you $75, $85 per month to be in business with them. You get travel perks with us included for $34.95 per month, and you can go here and book your travel. Just a short testimony. I was in Atlanta, stayed at the Hilton Garden Hotel. Look that up and see what it is for a room per night. Right? I think it's $119 per room per night, and we got the room for $67 per night, and then we didn't have to book 3 months in advance. This was kind of a last minute. We found a hotel close to where our event was taking place, got it, and got the savings. Right in our Nove library, most home-based businesses will require that you pay for personal growth and self-development separately. Now, hopefully on this line, you realize the need for personal growth and self-development. You have to transition from employee think to business owner think, and all of the stuff in this library will help. Interviews, webinars, books, authors, and successful people just giving you the game on how to win in business, in finance, and even in your career. So maybe you guys are trying to advance in your career. Well, there's all sorts of tips and trainings on how to help you become a better employee if you want to stay on your job, right? Last but not least, we have credit restoration. Now, this is not included, let me repeat, not included in your $34.95 per month, right? You pay for this separately, but here's what's cool. I just went and paid for this for myself, bought it from my own website, and I'm going to earn a commission for buying it from myself. So it's not included in the membership, but it is something I needed. So I purchased it and I earned a commission. Guess what? It was one of the hottest business ventures you can take part of in this day and time. Credit restoration. You can offer this to people who need it, and every time you do, you can earn up to $130 commission for everybody who needs our credit restoration program, right? And then Legal Club of America, again, not included, but it is discount legal. And I don't want you to think legal in the standpoint that every time you get a ticket, you got somebody to call. How about like my man Jay, who's in real estate? And normally when he's flipping deals, he has to deal with title companies and things of that nature to get the deals closed, and they charge him $500 to $700 per while. He found his own attorney through Legal Club at the discount. Now he's getting his deals closed for $150 or less per transaction, guys. So this is powerful information that you get access to for $34.95 per month. And then, not to be arrogant, and I hope you take this the right way. Not only do you get all of that stuff, but you also get the team. We can't express how valuable the team is. You get to immerse yourself in a culture of winners, a culture of people who are walking the talk and not just talking the talk. We're doing this stuff every day. You heard Andre's testimony. His income increases, his cash flow gets better every month based on these strategies. And there's somebody here that you can relate to. If you're a single mom, then there's single moms already on the team, and you can say, how are you using this program and how is it benefiting you? If you're a married couple, there's married couples on this team with no kids. There's married couple with thousands of kids like me. There's married couples with just a couple kids. So there's somebody here that you can relate to, that you can partner with and create that accountability that will help you on this path to building wealth. Guys, I can't say enough about this program, but unfortunately, we're at the top of the hour. So hopefully you see value in what it is that we have. If you're not counting, I just showed you 5 streams of income that you can create from the one that you have right now. If you get your money back from Uncle Sam, that's an additional stream of income that you're not currently accessing. Use that money to pay off your debt. You get money back from the banks. That's another stream of income that you're not currently accessing. Minimize your expenses. That's another stream of income that you're not currently accessing. Again, I was letting $100 a month go to some subscriptions that I can't even log into. So that $100 a month came back into my household. That was like another stream of income. And then we're going to teach you how to systematically and effectively share these strategies with other people and develop business income. Now that's 4 streams of income. Last but not least, we're going to show you how to invest that money in the wholesale market. And we're just going to teach you how to put your money in the same places that your bank put your money. See, when you give your money to the bank and you put it in your savings account, they're going to promise you 1% rate of return or less. Then they're going to take your money, they're going to invest it and get 10, 12, 14% rate of return, give you back the 1% they promised you, and they're going to profit the rest. Well, we teach you how to cut out that middleman, go directly to the wholesale investment bankers yourself, and make your money work for you the same way the bankers do. So if you are a 3 and you say thanks but no thanks, get back with the person who invited you. If you're a number 2 and you say, you know what, I want this for myself, the person who invited you out tonight will get you signed up for free. Again, there's no cost. $35 isn't due until 30 days from today. They will get you on the wealth building game plan using the strategies in your own personal life. But then if you're number 1 like me and a lot of the team members on this call tonight, you get the information for yourself, but you want to learn how to systematically share this with others and effectively share this with others. Get back with the person who invited you. Tell them you're number 1 and you want to go ahead and get signed up tonight. The reason tonight is critical because you have until the rest of the month to introduce this to your friends and families, and you can bring them on board at no cost as well. Guys, who do you know that wouldn't mind getting an extra $200 to $400 back in their paycheck every month? That's what this thing is about. So we're a little over time. If you have to go, then you are certainly welcome to do so. I am H Cortez, financial health mentor to the working class. You're checking out the Young Wealth Builders, How to Build Wealth from Scratch cash flow call. We are officially done, but if you got questions, we'll stick around for a few more minutes to answer any questions. Questions, anybody?
I have a question.
Shoot.
Okay, my name is Dee. I'm in Kansas City, Missouri. I'm in the process now of starting my home-based business. I bake cakes. My work well, 2 full-time jobs along with that, but I'm not sure where to start as far as my taxes, my paying myself back for my supplies, my gas. I just don't know where to start, and I'm someplace because I'm scared that I'm not going to start at the right place. So where do I start?
You start with getting back with the person who invited you out tonight so they can get you registered in our program. and I'm not being funny. But when you do that, what happens is we will take a full assessment of what you got going on. Even though this could be your home-based business, sounds like you got a passion for baking. What we want to do then is assess what you got going on, get your W-4 forms filled out correctly on both of those jobs, so that brings money back into your household. Now that money could be used to help you grow your business. Because branding and marketing is going to be key. You're going to need money and resources for that. So we can help you. And guys, our primary business is financial education. But you see the people that are on this call, we have marketing coaches, we have branding specialists, we have business coaches, we have tax accountants and things of that nature on the line as a part of the team that we can help you build that traditional business via baking. And then you get our tools, the cash flow manager, that will help you track your deductions and your expenses and all of that kind of stuff so that you can make sure you're capitalizing on all of the tax deductions that are available.
Right.
But you will get literally get help from every angle when you partner with us. Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense. Thank you.
Cool. Who invited you out tonight?
Chandra. She's from St. Louis. She's with,
Shan, that's my girl. So
yeah.
Yeah, you're with the right person, man. You're with the right person because she has when she partnered with us, she does her own body soaps and scrubs and things of that nature. She had a business already, but she said, you know what? I need these tools. I need this education. I need to understand cash flow, not only for myself personally, but also for my business, because that's the number one thing that kills most businesses, not understanding cash flow. So when you get cash flow working in your own personal life, then you can transfer that to business, and we teach you how to minimize your business expenses so that your business can thrive, and we teach you how to scale according to where you are versus scaling too fast. Now you got too many orders coming in that you can't fill, and that can ruin your business. So you got business coaching, marketing, we got you covered.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. My fear is that I need the education as far as cash flow, because my fear is that although I do this on the side, I work 2 full-time jobs, it's just me, them kids, and with these jobs, I'm in a different tax bracket, and I just got a feeling that Uncle Sam is going to eat me up later on if I don't get this figured out.
Well, here's how we're going to help you figure it out. First and foremost, you're going to put those kids in the kitchen, and they're going to start doing some of that baking, and you're going to pay them a salary, and that's going to reduce your taxable income on those jobs. That's going to probably bring you out of that higher tax bracket. So we have the strategies that can get you where you need to be. So you don't have to worry. You don't have to feel uneasy about that, right? Because tax minimization strategies, that's what we do here, right?
Okay, thank you.
Cool. Any more questions? Going once. Questions, twice. Well, we don't want to hold you guys longer than you want to be held. If no one has any more questions, then we'll go ahead and wrap this thing up. Again, we do appreciate each and every one coming out tonight. I appreciate the leaders on the team jumping out and giving us those testimonies and inviting this mass crowd out. You know, that this is what we're about, man. We're about building wealth and coming together to help one another get the job done. So if you decide to become a part of this team, then guess what? You have access to platforms like this to help you yourself personally grow, but to also help, we will introduce these concepts to others. So you don't have to learn how to present and all of that stuff. You can just plug them into events like this. And we have an event like this going on every night this week for the rest of the month. Did y'all hear that, leaders? We have an event like this going on every night this week for the rest of the month. All right, so you can just plug your people in, man, and we will explain everything to them, answer any questions that they may have, and then when they want to partner, you give them your join link, and they join you, and by virtue of joining you, they're joining us. Make sense? All right, guys, no more questions, so we're gonna close this thing out. The recording will be available, team, in about 30 minutes or so. If you want it, just let me know. I'll drop box it and then get the link into one of the chats or whatever. So again, I'm the main man, H Cortez, financial health mentor for working class. We are collectively the Young Wealth Builders. We'd like to thank you for coming out, spending some of your time with us. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you're willing to step out on faith and join the team. And we want to be able to welcome you to the Young Wealth Builders as teammates and not just as viewers from the sidelines. So till next time, we will see you guys. And I want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. Peace out, people.